Where did I put that other screw? Ah, there it is. Okay. I just talked about the black wash. That's kind of how this worked. So this is a vertebrae that I did, and I'll show you how to do these little bone extensions. They're actually really easy to do. I was surprised. I was a little nervous when I first tried them. But all you do is you get some 1-inch Schedule 40 pipe. And what I do is you're going to need 2 rings. Line up that blade again and cut. Oh, still dropped it. Okay, and then you're going to cut another one that's about the same width. I'm only doing about maybe 1 inch wide. So yep, you just use this little cutter, and that's all it takes. Now that that is done, what you end up doing, I'll dig that other one off the floor in a minute. You just take this little piece, and it slips right over the end of your cutter, or into your cutter anyway, and you want to just cut it. So I do one, and then you want to go across it as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that's about halfway to me. You've got 2 half circles. And I'll show you on these. Oh, a little piece of tape. Get off me. Okay. How I do these is I heat them up with the gun, and you only want about 3/4 of this heated up. The other one, you like the curve to it, and I'll show you that allows you to put it to the bone and adds a little depth. So this one you got to be careful. This is the one I told you I burned myself a little bit. Wasn't bad, but enough to make me decide to be smart enough to wear gloves. So what you do is you're just going to heat this up. Try heating up the other side, makes it go a little bit quicker. The hotter you get this, the easier it is to bend, but the longer it takes to cool down. So, see, it's already flexible. So what I'll do, set that down, make sure not to melt your plastic bench, and then just find something solid to straighten it out. That's 98 cents I ever paid. Works for everything. Alright, and that's the piece you have. It's not exactly perfect, but bones aren't exactly perfect. And what we'll do is we'll heat this other one up, and we'll go from there. So, there you go. Those are 2 pieces there. And then, actually, I'm just going to cut a new piece, because that's going to take me a while to hunt down that other. watch your fingers. I don't want to be responsible for any amputation. But then you do the same thing with this, but you're only going to cut one side. So you're going to push that in. That's all it takes. So now this is spread out. The only thing that's a little different about this one is you're only going to heat the back for right now just to get it started. Okay, so you can spread this out now and just hold it relatively so it's straight. And what I do is I just let that cool down just a hair, and then you can start straightening out the other side. What you're trying for is just a straight piece of PVC. That's how I made this centerpiece here. You can tell it's not perfectly straight, but like I said before, bones aren't perfectly straight. So, and then what we'll do is we'll just shape this out on the sander once we're ready. And turn this bad boy on again. We'll just straighten that out. Get our 98-cent wonder. Hold that down. Let that cool down for a minute. See how it stays now? So that straightens it up. Now we're going to do it to this other bend. So you can tell it's a little wobbly. I can live with that. Actually, it's pretty good except right here at this little curve, because bones usually don't curve that sharp. So I'll just make sure I'll cut that part off. Well, this one is going to be a little different than this bone. This is going to go on a neck bone that's bent. What I did here was this was a 45 PVC fitting, a 45-degree angle PVC fitting, schedule 40. You can get them just like we did for this bone here. You can get a bag of like 25 of these for I think $4 at Lowe's or Home Depot. You can see the difference too on some of these. Lowe's and Home Depot, the length of theirs are different. So I bought one bag at Lowe's and one bag at Home Depot to give me two different size vertebrae, because the vertebrae are smaller up towards the neck and larger at the bottom. One thing I did find out with a little bit of sanding, if you wanted to tweak it, is you could use the 1-inch PVC pipe and regular 3/4-inch PVC will fit into it with some finagling. So if you wanted to make bigger vertebrae, you could always do that with the 1-inch schedule 40. Now, what I'm going to do is pause the video for just a second, put my sander back up on the bench, and we're going to shape these.